Hello again. I'm picking up the camera, well, my phone camera, to film again on the same day as I've just finished the last vlog. Reason being, I'm already getting ready to plan a lunch party for my mum's birthday this weekend, and I thought I'd show you some of the planning process and the things that go into it for me. I'm going to try and keep it super simple, really edited guest list. Just do a simple lunch, quite early-ish. Hopefully we'll have some lovely weather and we'll just have some really nice light food, light salads, and I'll take you with me over the next day or so with planning some of the things that I want to serve, really yummy food, let the food do some of the talking, and just doing a little bit of light decorating. Hopefully we'll get to eat in the garden, and I've put the bunting up that I showed you earlier. My sister's going to bring some balloons and some flowers that she'll give to my mum, but apart from that we'll just give a little bit of thought to decorating the table and making it look nice with them. We haven't seen them in a while. They've been off doing a grand walking trail, the El Camino trail, so we'll catch up with them on Friday and have a lovely time, and hopefully it will be a really nice lunch. Cake is the big one. I know what my favourite is, but I'm not actually sure what my mum's favourite is, which seems bizarre. Anyway, I'll take you with me. I'll try and remember to film when I go and get some of the ingredients. Should be quite a fun one because I get to go to Waitrose. Ooh, special occasion. That is not where I do my weekly shop. That's the beep for my son's tea. So I'm going to sign off and chat to you again next time. Bye. Party lunch planning, getting into the cookbooks. These are a couple of my absolute favourites. Julius Roberts, how gorgeous, lovely photos, seems like a really lovely guy. I follow him on Instagram, so down to earth, and I would have to say I agree with Nigel Slater, the recipes are utterly gorgeous, absolutely delicious. So we'll find some of these, or maybe one of these for Mum that she'll enjoy, and a couple of easy salads from Ottolenghi Simple. I've had this book for years and I just absolutely love it. I think, yeah, I did. I started marking out a couple that we can have a think about. So let's see. What did we choose? Oh yeah, yum. Hot charred cherry tomatoes with cold yogurt. I think that sounds absolutely delicious and really quite easy. I also am going to try this at the end of the year, end of the summer, when I've got loads and loads of my own cherry tomatoes that I'm growing in the greenhouse at the moment. So yeah, I think that's one that's absolutely a must. Looks so good. And will be really light, so that will be good. And then, don't you just love the styling in recipe books? Look how beautiful that is. Fried broccoli and kale with garlic, cumin and lime. Yum. That is like a dish for me. Delicious. We'll do that as well. And then we'll choose anything else. Maybe not from that one. It's a bit busy on the weekend, so I may not have got very far. And let's see what the lovely Julius Roberts has to offer or suggest. Oh yeah, that's right. I then remembered about this tart that I saw somebody making online. I can't remember who it was, but it looked delicious and super easy. It may have even been Julius Roberts, but just on his Instagram. So really easy. Just simple ricotta, courgette, lemon puff pastry tart, which I thought would be delicious and would probably complement quite well with the other things. So I think that's the other one that I'm going to make, which is really easy. So then all I need to really do is plan out my shopping list. Good morning, YouTube. I'm back again. It's Monday morning. No, it's not. It's Monday at midday. My lovely in-laws left after spending a lovely long weekend with us, and they've headed back home, and had to jump on because I'm a little bit giddy. We have had a boiler repair man come round and visit, and we've had a number of boiler repairmen come and see us over the last 3 years that we've had the house. We inherited quite an old boiler and a house that had been rented for 5 years, so needs some TLC and some things doing on it, as you can see with my worktops. Anyway, this chat was so lovely, and we had been having a bit of a chat over the weekend about how it can be tricky to find people that will come and do the work or arrive when they say they're going to, and then come and complete the work afterwards. And this chap was so nice. He did everything that you would hope for and more, including taking his shoes off as he arrived. He was such a nice chap. I will wait for us to have had the job and it all get completed, but I'm really hopeful that this is someone that I'm going to be sharing details with friends and family and on here if he's good. And the company that he works for, I think he will be good. He did quite a few things this morning, running diagnostics, going up into the roof, the loft to check tanks, etc. And he doesn't think that he will need to replace the boiler, so it's going to save us heaps of money. Fingers crossed for us that is the way it works out. But I just had to come on and share some such positive news to start the week as well. Absolutely fantastic. I'm so chuffed. So apart from that, I wanted to say good morning everyone. She's back. I'm going to start off with a bright and shiny start to Monday morning. I am cleaning the house. I've stripped the beds, taken all the towels off, cleaning rags, everything. So I'm going to get the house clean. I've got the second wash on in the background, which you can already hear. It's a gloriously sunny day outside with even a little bit of breeze, which will be lovely for that second washing load. And then hopefully I will get a walk in with the dog later, because it's just absolutely glorious weather and I feel the need to do some movement, which isn't just hoovering. Is anyone else having so much tree pollen this year? Maybe as a result of the lovely weather and the fantastic blossoms that we've had, but so much tree pollen. I'm sweeping and vacuuming every single day, which I used to do, but I've chilled out a little bit on the housework, so try and not do it every single day. Right, I am going to go and find the arm that my husband said he's got, so that I don't always have to hold the phone while I'm filming. That would make things a bit easier, and crack on with some jobs before it's school pickup time. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well and that you've had lovely weekends. Chat to you later. Bye. Hello, and we're coming to you again from the garden. I went to a charity event on the weekend and the garden was absolutely lovely, as I think I was saying earlier. I haven't yet clipped this video together, so I can't remember if it was in the last vlog or this morning's vlog, but I went to a charity event this weekend and it was just gorgeous. The garden was so pretty, and in the garden there was lots of wood. Her son was a tree surgeon, so she had access to lots of lovely wood, but also she had bunting up, and every time I see bunting in the garden I just want to do it, and I usually only have it up for parties, so I bought some and I put it up. And maybe it's just me, but there's just something about pretty bunting flapping in the breeze that I just love. It just makes me feel like it's a party, and it's just lovely. Oh, and then we've got sunshine. Glorious, glorious sunshine. Thank you. Oh, I had to jump on and share that. So pretty. I picked up a few new plants over the weekend. Still not enough for this bed, as you can see. Some of them have gone in one of my other flower beds, but I've just been laying some of these out. I had put some dahlias in here, but two things have happened. Firstly, I don't think this bed is the right spot for dahlias. There's some shade, and I planted them in here last year and they really didn't do well at all, and I would say the same is true this year, although I probably also planted them out too early. I have some others that I've grown from seed in the greenhouse, so I might try them here again, or I might shift to the left of this bed. It's very much a work in progress. We will see. But why I mainly brought you over here is I've seen some cheeky fluffy bottoms hiding in here. They keep digging everything up. I had some plants around this area here, which the fluffies seem to have been digging at and making holes and baths. Hello, fluffies. Hello, my girls. What are you doing? Are you hiding in the flower bed? Is it nice and cool in there? You sweet things. So I thought I would come and show you. They're very calm. Oh, bop, bop. Are you having some chats? My girls. So, my goodness, that's a sunny spot, isn't it? Perhaps I should go in and get my sunglasses. And looking at my crazy hair, I'm very happy that I've got a hair appointment booked for tomorrow morning. Finally! It's been such a long time and I'm so excited to finally be getting it done. I'll try and take you with me for some of it, perhaps choosing and having a little bit of a think. As we know, I am brand new to this, so I probably won't feel confident enough to film in the salon, but let's see. Another challenge for me. Let's see how I do. What I wanted to come on and have a little chat about was plants and gardens. So I have a little rose bed in my garden that we created, and we planted about 10 roses, and some of them have got yellowing leaves, as have my hydrangeas. Now, my in-laws were here this weekend and were talking to me. Well, my mother-in-law was talking to me about plants, and I asked for her advice. She recommended iron because of the deficiencies of some of the nutrients in the soil, and it's worth a try because I love my roses and I want them to look beautiful and really floriferous. I think that's right. To have lots of leaves and lots of lovely blooms. However, we've got some of this yellowing, which could also be about the extreme temperatures. It's gotten very hot and then cold again, and hot and cold again. So I don't know what it is. It could also be excess water, hopefully not underwatering, but we also have clay soil in this garden, so it is quite tricky to try and diagnose the issue. So what I've done to add to my little collection of my different plant foods that I've got growing here is by some sulfate of iron. Let me turn you around and show you what I'm talking about. So here we are. This is the box that I picked up. I was at Priory Farm Estate over the weekend. Absolutely gorgeous. Just a nutfield in Surrey. So beautiful. I didn't actually manage to take any videos while I was there. I was there with my family. Wish I had now. But anyway, they had so many feeds and things I'd never heard of, and one of them was this sulfate of iron, which is ideal for rhododendrons, chameleons, azaleas and also hydrangeas, but has iron in it. So I thought what I would do is just try it on my rose and hopefully see if we can encourage the leaves not to turn yellowy brown, or definitely to come back again. So fingers crossed. I know that roses don't need ericaceous soil, but the iron would be good. Let's have a little look here. I picked them off, so hopefully they won't come back. Aha, spotted another one. Off you come, little one. And this will create some buds and come back bigger and stronger. Have some beautiful ones appearing here, look. Oh, how beautiful. This one's a David Austin, but I think we've lost the label. Look how beautiful that is. The smell is just incredible. Look, that delicate pink flower waiting to open up. Oh, just gorgeous, so gorgeous. Look, more here as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I wonder if the label's hiding anywhere. No, that's a shame. If anybody knows what it is, do let me know. Absolutely gorgeous. So here we are. This is the box that I picked up. I was at Priory Farm Estate over the weekend. Absolutely gorgeous. Just a nutfield in Surrey. So beautiful. I didn't actually manage to take any videos while I was there. I was there with my family. Wish I had now. But anyway, they had so many feeds and things I'd never heard of, and one of them was this sulfate of iron, which is ideal for rhododendrons, chameleons, azaleas and also hydrangeas, but has iron in it. So I thought what I would do is just try it on my rose and hopefully see if we can encourage the leaves not to turn yellowy brown, or definitely to come back again. So fingers crossed. I know that roses don't need ericaceous soil, but the iron would be good. Let's have a little look here. I picked them off, so hopefully they won't come back. Aha, spotted another one. Off you come, little one. And this will create some buds and come back bigger and stronger. Have some beautiful ones appearing here, look. Oh, how beautiful. This one's a David Austin, but I think we've lost the label. Look how beautiful that is. The smell is just incredible. Look, that delicate pink flower waiting to open up. Oh, just gorgeous, so gorgeous. Look, more here as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I wonder if the label's hiding anywhere. No, that's a shame. If anybody knows what it is, do let me know. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to put these two courgettes in to my raised bed. I haven't had loads of success with my courgettes this year. Quite a few haven't germinated, so I'll try and pop to the garden centre and see if I can get any more or find any more. and these two can go in this little section here because I really don't have any space left, and we'll just see how they get on. Hopefully this year I'll actually get to eat some of my courgettes, because last year the birds got them, so this year they are staying under cover. I'll show you once they're in and watered. And they're in. Not exactly strenuous work, as I only had two, and these are my raised beds, so the soil is absolutely glorious. But they're in, they're planted, and hopefully we'll get at least a few courgettes from them, which would be really, really lovely. I think these were my yellow courgette seeds, which would be really nice. It's nice to have some things that are different colours, and they are staying protected under here, so the birds stay away from them. I've watered them in with some Tomorite fertiliser, so fingers crossed and wish me luck. Party lunch planning, getting into the cookbooks. These are a couple of my absolute favourites. Julius Roberts, how gorgeous, lovely photos, seems like a really lovely guy. I follow him on Instagram, so down to earth, and I would have to say I agree with Nigel Slater, the recipes are utterly gorgeous, absolutely delicious. So we'll find some of these, or maybe one of these for Mum that she'll enjoy, and a couple of easy salads from Ottolenghi Simple. I've had this book for years and I just absolutely love it. I think, yeah, I did. I started marking out a couple that we can have a think about. So let's see. What did we choose? Oh yeah, yum. Hot charred cherry tomatoes with cold yogurt. I think that sounds absolutely delicious and really quite easy. I also am going to try this at the end of the year, end of the summer, when I've got loads and loads of my own cherry tomatoes that I'm growing in the greenhouse at the moment. So yeah, I think that's one that's absolutely a must. Looks so good. And will be really light, so that will be good. And then, don't you just love the styling in recipe books? Look how beautiful that is. Fried broccoli and kale with garlic, cumin and lime. Yum. That is like a dish for me. Delicious. We'll do that as well. And then we'll choose anything else. Maybe not from that one. It's a bit busy on the weekend, so I may not have got very far. And let's see what the lovely Julius Roberts has to offer or suggest. Oh yeah, that's right. I then remembered about this tart that I saw somebody making online. I can't remember who it was, but it looked delicious and super, super easy. It may have even been Julius Roberts, but just on his Instagram. So really, really easy. Just simple ricotta, courgette, lemon puff pastry tart, which I thought would be delicious and would probably complement quite well with the other things. So I think that's the other one that I'm going to make, which is really easy. So then all I need to really do is plan out my shopping list. Good morning. Another day, another angle. Is that? Yes, that's a seriously dusty mirror. Oh well, it did just have a little curtain polish. Yeah, I did do that. Hello, dog. We can say good morning. So, I'm up, I'm dressed, and today I'm off to the hairdressers. I wanted to jump on for the before and after because we're going to turn this state into something much, much better, which is exciting because we've got the wedding, a friend's wedding in a couple of weeks. So it starts with the hair, and then I think we'll do some fake tanning and then have to sort out a dress and what I'm actually going to be wearing. I'm not entirely sure about this camera angle, but we'll go with it for the moment because I don't have a lot of time to stop and refilm. And real life here. I said that's what we'd get on this channel. So yeah, that's a t-shirt on my bed. Yes, that's my boy's Batman pillow. And as you can see, light fittings need to be done, wardrobe doors need to be replaced, carpet needs to be replaced, but that's not happening for a while over here. So yeah, jump on. I'm thinking of going a lot lighter. I haven't had my hair done for probably about a year, maybe. I was just showing my son this morning and letting him know that mummy's hair is going to be a bit different, and I was scrolling back in my photos on my phone to try and show him, and couldn't even get that far back before he wanted to stop and look at things. And yeah, don't know when the last time I got my hair done was. Need to do better at self-care. We'll add that to the list, shall we? So I will try and show you when I get to the hairdressers, and afterwards. It's a beautiful blue sky sunny day. Looks really lovely out there, and then I might even treat myself to a potter around Savers and Sostron Green afterwards. Maybe the possibilities. Very exciting. Hope you're having a good morning or afternoon or evening whenever anyone watches this, and speak to you later. Bye. Hello again. I'm headed off to the hairdressers, and I wanted to show you how beautiful the morning is. The sun is up. These are the beautiful trees where I live, and I did just spot 2 ducks flying overhead, but I couldn't get my camera out fast enough. So let's head off and go and fix this hair. See you later. So I'm back from the hairdressers, and I haven't done the traditional after reveal for 2 reasons. Firstly, because it's not finished. She ran out of time, and she did that thing that hairdressers do sometimes where they go and do consultations in between clients, and I do have super thick hair, so I can't blame her for it taking longer, but more importantly, I'm not actually sure I like it. It's quite stripy, so I have to go back for the cut tomorrow, as we did run out of time and I was getting quite achy sitting there in the chair. We haven't got into some of the detail of life yet, and I will do that in a sit down and have a chat with you. I had planned to do later this week a wellness and like supplements and just a chat about that sort of stuff. So yes, I didn't want to stay there sitting there for another 15-20 minutes while she had another consultation, so I'm going back tomorrow. Hopefully I can do something else about the stripy, because I was really excited about getting my hair done, and I'm not massively feeling well. Hopefully they can do something to make it better tomorrow. Let's stay upbeat and positive. So what I'm going to do instead is show you a couple of things that I had ordered from Amazon, and one of them is a not very exciting purchase, but very functional, very practical purchase, and then I'm going to show you the process of what I do with it. So let's take you into the kitchen and I'll show you what we got. So this is a deeply exciting sandpaper. I know, I feel like I may have lost the plot at this point, but as I've shared, I do a lot of cooking, we do a lot of cooking, and we use wooden chopping boards. So what I'm doing is sanding all this kind of turmeric marks and things from making curries, and then I'll sand it all down and then I will oil them. We've got about, I want to say 4 chopping boards. It changes sometimes because sometimes they get put in the dishwasher and they crack, or I bin them, or etc. But then sanding them and then oiling them brings them up really nicely and helps them to last longer. So that's just quite an easy job that I can do at home rather than buying 5 more chopping boards. Exciting whilst we're looking at my incredibly naff kitchen worktops and tiles. I think I may have found someone that will come and replace the worktops and cut out the world's most stupidly shaped kitchen sink. So I'm not going to do a close-up because I haven't cleaned it. But keeping it real here, keeping it real. And then we could choose some new worktops. The excitement is real. So that's what we're going to do with that. And then next in my exciting purchases from Amazon is, anyway, coffee beans. So my sister has gifted us her old coffee machine because we have one, but it's a pod coffee machine, which is not good for the plastic. And even though they say compostable in some of them, I don't know. I prefer the idea as well as the flavour, the freshness, and entering the world of absolutely gorgeous options for varieties of coffee beans. This is called Bird and Wild. Look at all the wonderful, wow. Jumping back on filming, I just had a call from my GP surgery. I'm not going to go into any of the details of the call, but I think sometimes we're really quick to talk about when the NHS missed the mark for us, and sometimes we could be a little bit more generous when they get it really right. And that was an example of them just doing it really, really right. They'd been asked a question about one of the referrals that I've made, and they wanted to come back and check something with me before they moved it along. So rather than forgetting about me or putting it on the shelf, they've given me a call and actually taken the time to have a conversation. I think that's really cool, and that's the kind of service that we hope for. And I think we should shout out for each other when we get it right and do a really good job. So this afternoon, absolutely NHS, well done. You got it right. It's a difficult job. And that was massively appreciated. Back to my coffee beans. I know this is a little bit about me and my slightly goofy, but these things matter to me. This is my personality. So what really, really appealed was that it was called Bird and Wild for a start, and how sustainable and amazing it is, and the fact that it's shade grown coffee. So I've got a really shady garden, and I talk about that as one of the challenges and the things I'm learning about as part of my gardener's journey. And then I was having a little bit of a look on doing coffee research, and I know there are lovely websites to get coffee from, and I will, but I also want to learn about some of the flavours that I enjoy and have a bit of a taster's test. I know, it's a small life at the moment, guys, I don't know what to tell you. And this really jumped out at me. So it's organic, it's sustainable, it's fair trade, it's good for the birds, it's grown in shade, it's giving money back to charity. Just yum. Plus, what a pretty packet. The things that give me joy, honestly. So we'll try this. I've been trying to hold off until my coffee pods are finished. We are so almost there. I'm going to try and hold off until that moment and then start using these, because my other coffee machine is in the utility room, which could actually be a far more sensible place to keep it than in here. Decisions. Is this the kind of thing that we need to consult other halves about? Or can I seize the day and live on the wild side and just move the tea and coffee making station? It's a wild moment, guys. I will keep you posted, and I'll also let you know how the taste test goes. So that's that one. And then, check a trade. Well, we know that I came up trumps recently with the plumber, so we shall have a little look at that one later if my workshop guy doesn't get back to me. This bad boy. So, as I shared, I was in, where did I go? Priory Farm Estate the other day, and they were selling these, and I'd sort of given up at finding a fresh, made in England, zesty, really zingy smell for spring that didn't cost about £35–40. Usually I'm fine to pay that. I think natural and really good for you products are absolutely worth the money. Just sometimes we don't all have that luxury of doing that, do we? And then I smelt these at the Priory Farm shop, and I just thought, oh, that's perfect. That's what I've been looking for, and smells fresh and lovely to go in the kitchen. So to disguise some of those cooking smells, or just to smell nice. And when you walk in and have that morning cup of coffee, I know, I'm very excited about that moment. When we have that cup of coffee in the morning, having a nice, fresh, zesty smell. I had one at the beginning of the year and it was so lovely. And I've been looking to replace it with something seasonally fitting. And then I picked it up. It wasn't in the box. And I looked at it and it was Wax Lyrical. And I just, how long have Wax Lyrical been around? Absolutely donkeys, haven't they? Ages. And I'd forgotten about them. Picked it up, smelt lovely, did that classic thing, looked at the bottom on the price tag and did the builder's intake of breath, didn't I? Ooh, not sure about that. Put her down, went home, thought about it, thought, oh, should have bought that. Never mind. I don't live particularly close to that shop, so wasn't going to be going back in a hurry. And then, classic, the old Amazon scroll, and up she came, the lemon and basil. So we will get this one set up and have a sniff, and hopefully that's another joyous dream come true. Coffee and diffuser all in one day. Happy, happy times. Speak to you later. Bye.